today's an exciting and nervous day at the same time. I have sold the 305 out of the Caprice, so now I'm going to pull it, which is what this video is going to be, me pulling the motor to make room for the 5.3. I've drilled the, I guess you call them alignment holes for when I put the hood back on. So I'm going to pull the insulation, and then I'll have to pull, there's actually mounts behind the insulation that hold on the strut tower braces. Well, it's not strut tower braces, they're the hood shocks, that's what they are. So I'm going to pull them, and then I'll turn it back on after I got the hood off, and we'll go from there. Okay, now that the hood's pulled, the next thing I'm going to do is I've swapped electric fans on a while ago. So I'm going to pull the electric fans, and then I'm going to pull the radiator at the same time. I don't have the trans lines to the radiator because I have a trans cooler in the front. So that'll be 10 times easier to pull. After that, we will pull, I'm probably going to pull off the AC and then the power steering, because those are staying, well, at least AC. I might leave the power steering on until it's out of the car. The battery, of course, was the first thing I pulled, so we'll pull the radiator and everything now. Okay, so I pulled the electric fans and I pulled the radiator. That is the AC condenser that's in there. I guess that's why these cars have such cold AC, because their condensers are huge. So the next thing I'm going to work on is pulling the AC pump, because I need it for the LS swap, because I'm going to keep it. It's easier to keep that than just put the truck style pump on. So I'm going to pull the serpentine belt, then pull off the support bracket, and pull off the two, I think there's only two, yeah, two bolts that hold on the AC pump, and I'll pull off the actual AC line from the back of it too, so I can take it all the way off. After that, I will probably start pulling some of the wiring off of the engine and go from there. So now I basically got most of the wires pulled off. Here's the whole harness. TVI has a lot more wires than I thought it had. And I always thought that, like the trucks, the fuel lines came up the back of the trans tunnel like that way and ran up to the back of the carburetor. Even the 4.3s did it. But on this one, this steel line right here is your fuel line. It comes over here, goes down, and actually connects inside the frame right here with plastic fuel lines. So that's weird. But I basically got all that stripped, and now I gotta go under, pull the electronics off of the back of the transmission on this side, trans lines on this side, and then pull the U-joint in the back. So I'm going to do that again. Now, as you can see, I'm pretty much ready to pull it out. I hope I'm ready to pull it out. I have that, I guess you call it a leveler on there, but whether or not that thing's going to work or not, right now it's lifting the whole car for some reason. So something's not jiving. Let me see why it's lifting the car, and we'll figure it out. Okay, so now it's out. It's on the ground. It was not fun. It was very hard to get out. But as you can see, ton of room. Now I gotta power wash all that later, and then it's time. Yes, it's time. Ooh. But it's fun. That wasn't fun. Now I gotta pull the clamshells off the side, pull the trans, and then put the trans off because that's going on the 5.3. Then later I'll pull a torque converter before the guy comes and picks it up. Well, it's been a while now since the 305 has been out, but now I'm going to be stripping off what I don't need out of the engine bay to make room for the LS, and I'll show you what I've done so far. I already removed the steering shaft because I'm doing the Jeep swap. I will be deleting the ABS because, one, it's huge, ugly, and stupid. So I'm removing that. I've got to wire brush all the frame and get it ready for paint. Still have to pull the harness. I don't know if you can see it back in there. It's pretty dark, but it's pretty big. It's all ran across up here right now. I have to figure out what on the harness I'm keeping and what I'm getting rid of, if not the whole thing. But I know stuff like the windshield wipers run on that, the windshield wiper motor. Let's see here, the key switch, everything's in that too, so headlights and everything luckily are ran over there, which I already got rid of the charcoal canister. Here's the line for it, and I'll have to trace that down and remove it. These are for the strobes I had in there a long time ago. They're still in there, they're just, you can't ever get ones that look red, they always look pink. So, gotta remove that. The fuel lines on this are plastic. So somehow, I'm gonna have to pull them out to wherever they come back through in the frame back there. And I'm gonna have to pull it off. Let me see here. I kept the factory TBI AC pump. That'll go on the LS. This is the factory power steering pump, which I don't know if I'm going to use or not. I have the other one. I'm thinking about cutting this off right here. I guess it was a oil pan rock guard, and I'm also thinking about notching the back of the frame out, but I don't know yet. These will be coming off. There's one on both sides, and I will not be putting them back on. I'm going to also remove, if you can see it back there, the bracket for the shift, column shift, because I'm going to go cable column shift, so that way I can have as much room as possible. This is going to be fun right here for the ABS. That crap sucks. What else do I got to do? I'm going to try to get a smaller coolant overflow here. This is partially a project of building an engine bay cover, but I don't know now. I gotta wait till I get the LS in. I gotta remove as much wiring as I can. I'm gonna try to use the factory, this is the cruise control box. This is the, I don't know what that is right now. Well, I call it the kickdown, but it's not. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the cruise control, the end of the cruise control. That's all good. What else do I need to do? Oh, I'm going to try to get an aluminum radiator and a new AC condenser. Let's see. Where are my trans lines? My trans lines on this are pretty much starting to rot out, so I'm going to redo them. I have a trans cooler that I'm going to use, and I'm keeping the 700 because I rebuilt that just recently. It don't even have 20 miles on it, so I'm keeping it. I got the adapter, the snout adapter over there. But as for now, I'm just gonna jump in here and start wire brushing stuff. I have to get some T's for the brake lines, but I can remove that too, which is going to be fun. Also, I've already tightened my gearbox on this. It'll turn on a dime now. But a lot of work to do. Well, I just found out I'll have to pull the lower control arms off just to pull this off, because for some reason they decided they wanted to put a bolt this way instead of that way. I don't know, sometimes. I got the frame wire brush just a little bit more. Still got a lot to do on there. That's about it so far. It's been about 5 minutes, but you know. I'm gonna paint the frame with some rust preventer. What is it? Rust control. That's what it is. It converts any rust that's left back into black oxide or whatever. And I think I'm going to try to see if I can't get some tubular control arms. I was planning to go full like show car, but you know, show cars are cool at the show, but then what else do you do? Nothing. So I think I'm gonna try to go like autocross show car. Something that's super nice, super slick, but I can also do like road racing with. Not to mention, you know, LS Fest is about 140 miles from me, and you know, there's the autocross, and when I put an LS in here, be all nice and shiny right here. Just look at it, vision. Yeah, LS, okay. I'll put a sticker there or something. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, autocross. So I need tubular control arms, upper and lower. Probably going to put adjustable coilover shocks on it. Of course, this is all in theory, because you know, money. Definitely need new motor mounts. These ones are like, well, this one's tight. The other one on the other side though is wicked loose. Well, actually, it's still loose. Yeah, this one over here. This one on the driver's side one's blowing out for sure. Still got to remove the ABS, which now that I think about it, might need to check and see. ABS might be better for autocross. Have to check on that. If anything, I mean, this ain't shaft driven or nothing, it's electrical. I wonder if I can move the ABS to where the charcoal canister was. That'll get it out of the way. And the only thing I see it I have to do is just move the lines over to here and mount it here. Because it's not mechanical in any way. It's electric hydraulic. This is an open area now without the charcoal canister. I have to look into that. Most people put their air cleaner off the LS over here, but I might be able to find another place for that. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. Because it'd be easy to mount over here. Because it's mounted to the gearbox right now with 3, looks like 10mm bolts. So, I mean, to move that from there to here shouldn't be no problem. The problem is, after moving it though, bleeding the system back out. Now as in bleeding the brakes, these suck to bleed. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. See if anybody's done it yet. Other than that though, we're getting there. Very, very slowly. The LS is still in the bag over here, so my fuel pan, or my oil pan's over there. I gotta weld it. I got a Teflon liner for my gun, so that'll be coming up in a video. Trying to weld aluminum with MIG. I'm gonna build some wheel stands to get this thing off the ground some more soon, and I'm gonna cut all the exhaust off. As you can see over there, that was a pain to even get off. Other than that, we'll see what happens next.